Hello boys and girls, and welcome to a new video. This is not live commentary, this is pre-recorded, as today I will talk about a very important topic. Almost half a year ago now, I uploaded this video to my channel. In it, I explained how I failed med school in the first attempt. The situation was the following. I hadn't paid attention or learned from my education over the course of around 2.5 years. This was due to me grinding BedWars, becoming the #1 player from my country and getting closer and closer to the top 10 worldwide as well. This also, however, resulted in me having way too little time to prepare for my final exams and failing 4 out of over 20. This is basically where I produced the video I mentioned at the start. The situation was not looking good. I now only had around 5 months to gather all the information necessary and in the end learn multiple hundreds of pages of partially completely new information. But I didn't have a choice, as if you fail even one exam in my degree twice, you get expelled from med school for life. This would have also resulted in me losing a job offer for the single most prestigious facility in my speciality in all of Europe. So I dedicated my life to this. The only goal in my mind, passing those exams. I worked all day long, sleeping less and less. I paid full attention in class. Every day I even stayed 1 or 2 hours longer to work together with my teachers to get all the information I was missing. The final 3 weeks I learned 14 hours every single day. I scaled back on my daily BedWars sessions from 1.5 hours a day to only 45 minutes. 2 days I even straight up didn't play the game at all. For the first time in around 4 years, I missed out on one of the weekly BedWars challenges once. It was very hard, but I was ready to dedicate my all to this. 6 exams I had to redo, 2 practical ones and 4 oral ones. In the end, I simply did not have enough time to learn for all of them. One subject I did not manage to learn for. I chose the one that I used to perform the best at back in class. And then came the 30th of January 2025. The day that would decide about so many things in my life. This might sound a little bit exaggerated, but one thing I didn't tell you yet. You don't know at all how you performed in any of your exams until the very moment on this 30th of January. And every single one of your teachers is prohibited by law to tell you even the tiniest detail. When I finished my last exam that day, the waiting game began. After about half an hour, our head of education officially started the procedure. Every single student would now be called into a separate room by name in alphabetical order. This was probably the most stressful wait of my life. And then, my name was called. My heart was pounding out of my chest. It all came down to the next 20 seconds. I already got very emotional before even entering the room. Inside of it, the head of education as well as a spokesperson for the German government who looked me dead in the eye and said, "You passed the exams." I couldn't believe it at first. My first response was, "All of them?" Which he agreed to, as well as the following question if that meant that I graduated med school. The head of education went ahead and told me that I could be proud of myself and I could consider myself a shining example for how iron willpower in combination with the necessary work invested gets you through even the toughest situations. After receiving this message and regulating my tear flow that had been messing up my face since before I even entered the room, I felt a very deep emptiness inside of my body. The only thing I did for the rest of the day was sleep and play a little bit of BedWars. I also informed the facility that sadly had to take my work contract away from me again half a year ago that I passed. The following day they responded with the amazing news to give me a new one as soon as possible. It was so incredibly close, I almost ruined my life just because I wanted to play BedWars instead of learning. I really don't want you to make the same mistake, so I will give you some advice for life. This obviously applies to the German education system. I don't know how it looks like in different countries, but in our country, the teachers for some reason do not want you to know what school is actually about. We had this discussion on stream a while ago, and everyone could agree on the secret purpose that school actually has. Basically, elementary school is about acquiring basic skills everyone needs for their daily lives, like basic math, reading, writing, stuff like that. From around 4th to 6th grade, however, this changes, and the teachers start lying. Everything from that point on until you graduate from school is just happening because you are supposed to find your own learning strategies. And if you want to do something connected with any of the subjects in school as a job, then that's perfect. You can already learn a little bit of basic information about it. For some reason, nobody wants you to know about this. Teachers keep lying to you that you will actually need all of the information from all the subjects, and this is your real purpose in school. One of my viewers said that it's a parent's job to tell you about the real purpose of school, like the actual one. And this is where the inequality in education comes into place. It is a fact that if you have non-academic parents, you are less likely to make an academic career yourself. I would say this is also because they're not able to tell you what school really wants from you, because they never figured out themselves. In my case, one of my parents dropped out of school at a very young age to start working, and the other one of my parents got a good education but died when I was just a child. In cases like mine, parents will not be able to tell you that information. The system is just inherently flawed. Well, why does that matter though? In my case, that almost cost me my entire career. Over a decade long, I made the experience that teachers tell you it's very important to learn, but if you not learn, you will pass everything just fine. Between 10th grade and the final school grade, I didn't spend a single minute studying, not even for the big finals, and I still got an above average result. Once you actually want to get a specific degree you work in though, in my case med school, something changes. The teachers will still tell you that you need to learn all of this, but this time they are no longer lying. But nobody will tell you this, so in my case I thought to myself, this is just like in school. I can actually chill and play BedWars instead, when in reality I really should have learned. So if you are still part of this system, and you, like many other students, do not know this, acquire skills in elementary school, learn for the rest of your school career as well, but use the information as a medium to focus on finding your own learning strategies, and once you get a proper degree for work, study the heck out of that. You will now need the information given. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. And this is where the video comes to an end. We did it, and that will mean face reveal towards the end of the year. Big creative projects coming your way on this channel, reaching the top 10 lifetime leaderboard for stars this year, adopting cute cats, and so many more wonderful changes. I want to thank you all so much for always supporting me for almost 8 years now, which is also why I wanted to give back this very important school advice to hopefully help you out as well. It's crazy that when I started YouTube, I just left middle school as a little 16-year-old, and now I'm going to be 23 this year, and I just finished my final degree. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you are going to have yourself a wonderful rest of your day or night, and good